It has been quite a week. I don't know if you guys noticed, there was a full moon. There was a full moon. There was an eclipse. Maybe you guys heard. Maybe you guys noticed. I think most of us. that was that was ironic sarcasm. Just to be clear. So, wow. I honestly, wow. So, there was so much I learned about this eclipse. And there's, as we've discussed this, that this is the new world. Again, the Schumann resonance of the planet is just in this literally entirely new realm of expression, And what does this mean? It means there's a lot more personal possibilities. It means that, the old empires, the old world is already gone. It's already dead. And now we're just playing out, dancing out these new things, right? So it's like there's, nothing is real, everything is possible. And I think that's really good news, And reality is incredibly personal. But what I really learned this week has so much to do. So I think I've talked before about how I was always dreaming. I always had these dreams of all these earth changes and the earth moving through this filter. Earth, hello little buddy. Come on, sweetie. Nope, please. Thank you. I always had these dreams about the earth moving through this space of it's a big cloud our entire galaxy is moving through. But that's what NASA says. So this relates very closely to my dreams of what this era is, that this was the filter for the new earth, the filter for the new vibrations, and that this filter would catch anything that did not meet or exceed these new vibrations. And that, there's so many ways you understand these things as best you can, right? The thing about children, in my opinion, is that children come in as everything, and a lot of times some of them, you see so much personality because often, they don't always realize that they're children. They think they're still in whatever they were doing before they came here. Whether that be another human body, whether that be whatever they were doing. And, but children come in, it's like all children are geniuses. All children are geniuses. All children test in the genius range of creativity, and all children are geniuses. And then they, their capacities get used in different aspects of life and different experiences, or like soul retrieval says, they sometimes shut the doors in different parts of ourselves for whatever reasons. And so as we go through time, the same with all children are infinite beings, and they remember the oneness that we're all part of. They know it in a very different way. And so so much of so many different philosophies talk about the remembering, coming to the brilliance of your childhood knowing, And so this is a huge part of what I didn't realize. So as I've been working with this, again, I'm 52 now, And so I've been working with this understanding and this philosophy most of my life. You know, we all have times of forgetting. I certainly have. But working with this philosophy most of my life, and then, and then the reality and the philosophies have been very different and unique perspectives on practices. You know? So, so the same was with this last eclipse, this last full moon. So these are my, you know, the Virgo Pisces is my happy, my most natural dynamic, is that battery between those two, that balance between those two. And there were so many ways that I really was very obsessed in my life with making up for everything I'd ever done wrong, wanting to redo the past, wanting to reclaim past relationships, past opportunities, past experiences, and make everything right again. I think part of this was magnified by the car accident I had, in which my left side was paralyzed and blibbly blobbly blue. But I spent a huge amount of time, many, many years, till I was really able to fully function again, right? It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work I was told was not possible. It was a lot of healing I was told was not possible, was not in the cards for me. You know, but this is my fucking world, right? Okay. So, this shifting was so much sweeter and more loving than I expected. And this ability to encompass, it was a different kind of love that I expected, you know, in just that, what I really deeply feel at this time is the ability to just, this feeling of freedom, this feeling of lightness. Like I felt so wrong for all the opportunities, for all the things I failed at. Is my human, because I'm human. And failure is important and real. And there was so much I wanted to redo about my life. And you know, again, it was something my son said to me that was one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. Which was that, yes, his life wasn't perfect and it wasn't easy and it wasn't the way I planned on raising him. But that even though there were all sorts of difficulties and challenges, he felt equipped and he was able to move through those challenges and keep moving on in life without feelings of trauma and resentment and all of the struggles that injuring, that pain is. That he felt very clear and very whole, and that he had a wonderful life. And that was amazing, because I just, again, like, you know, this isn't what I planned, this isn't how I planned to live. Life is what it is. My life has been what it has been. And so, yeah. So here's to embracing this shift without needing to make up for the past. Here's to just moving on in the freedom and the newness of the new world and the new vibration. I love you and I'm with you. And I'm glad you're with me. This is Lori Rowan. Surfing Vuzuvaya because it's fun. Yeah.